And then he said he's going to speak to the coach. So he's spoken to the coach and he said... Yo, what's going on Team Twitty? I hope you're all super well. I want to take today's video to talk about my current update on opportunities and where I sit with it all. Now, I know 100% I need to be playing games. I have to be playing this season. If I'm not playing, it's a disaster. And secondly, man, oh man, I know I have to be at a club. I know these things, guys. These things are facts. So I'm working my ass off around the clock to try and find myself a club. And you guys are going to see what I've been doing to try that. So yes, I understand. I may need to drop down a level or even two. I'm speaking to as many people as I possibly can, forming any little connection along the line to try and create something and try and kindle some sort of trial, some sort of contract if possible. I tell you what, it's not easy, man. It puts a lot of stress on your mind and your body. It really drains you because, look, the fact is, it's stressful. I'm in this place where I don't know what's going to happen. And I know I can play at the NPL 1 level. I know that. And if you were at the training sessions, if you saw the games, keep in mind, I did record my second trial with the team I was with for a couple months, and I'm hoping to release some footage of that sometime very soon. I'll say in about a week. So you guys can see as well, I'm up to that level, 100%. But the problem is, spots are filling up. Because I spent time at clubs for a number of months, and I was, I guess, led on by clubs, it made it difficult for me to go out there and really explore different clubs because I was confident with a few places I was at. So yeah, trust me, I'm doing everything I can to try and sign somewhere. So let's get into the about 5 to 6 possible contracts, teams, etc. Alright, so I also want to make this video to give you guys maybe an idea of a possible contact you may have without even knowing. But I'll kick it off. First off, there's this one club. The contact I got to, it's not even a possible trial yet. There's a possibility of something happening there. It's through an old one-on-one coach who has quite a high profile. I bumped into him at one of my trial games with another club. He saw me play, and then Dad and I were like, well, you know what, let's give him a call. Let's see what he says. And he knows some people. He was actually the guy that got me trials at the Sydney FC Youth League squad, and where he put the USB on the desk. What a good story that was. Anyway, he said that he's going to speak with a few people and try and contact someone at this one specific club where I was at when I was a lot younger. And we'll see what happens there. And again, there's no promises, so it's not like I speak to this guy and go, oh, there's one opportunity. All right. Where's my contract? It doesn't work like that. That's the first guy. That's how this first possible opportunity has come from. Nothing is set in stone. You never know. It might happen, it might not. Option number 2 is actually through Clayton. Now, Clayton, he's not really involved in the football world, and he knows someone at a club. And it's just coincidence. I would never have guessed that because Clayton's not someone who's really in the football world. He knows a lot about athletes and sprint training, all that sort of stuff. I would never expect in a million years that I would use Clayton, or not use him, but through my sprint training that an opportunity would come through Clayton. And that's what I'm talking about. I speak with him so much. He's becoming a mentor of mine, and I speak with him and we discuss opportunities and trials and everything like that. So speaking with him about what was going on, he had a real think about who he could speak to. And there's this one club that, again, I'm not going to name any of these clubs, but there could be a real opportunity there. And he's going to speak with that person, and you never know what could come from it. So, you have to explore every person in your life. Clayton, yeah, I didn't think it would happen. Now, both of these clubs are in NPL 2. So, again, like I said before, I'm happy to drop down. I need to play, man. I don't want to lose the love for football. And if I don't play, I'm going to lose the love for football, man. I need to be playing. Now, the third team comes from a recommendation through the team that I trialed with for a couple months. Now, as you guys know, I'm pretty sure I said nothing's really been happening there. I've been calling the coach. He hasn't answered. I've texted him, hasn't answered. People are busy. I get it. but you then need to go, okay, how can I follow this up if this guy might be too busy or whatever? Maybe you speak to somebody else at the club, or you go through your original contacts. So I think in the coming days, I'll leave it a week, and after a week, there's no harm in chasing these opportunities. I know some people might say, you lose pride if you seem too desperate, but for me, like I said, I want to play, so I'm not fussed if I lose a bit of pride by, coming across desperate. I'm completely okay with that. Are you able to help guide me to another club? And you never know, they might say, sorry, we don't deal with that sort of stuff. Or they might say that 1 in 10, maybe, might say, yeah, we actually have a second division team, which is a feeder club for us. I can send you over there and you can have a trial. So, I hope you guys are picking up on these little gems. There's a million different ways to get trials. Another quick one I'll slide in is email clubs. That hasn't worked for me, just flat out emailing them. I haven't actually secured a single trial doing that. But maybe 1 in a million, maybe. I don't know. Right, so final opportunity is an NPL 1 club that I'm still trialing with. How this opportunity came about was through a personal contact, which I don't want to speak too much on, but it was kind of an exploration, which I didn't even think would lead to much, but it led to something. And, that's what I'm going to continue to say to you guys. Explore opportunities where you may not even see opportunity. And, it led to an NPL 1 trial. It is a decent club. It is difficult. It is challenging. It is very, very tough. But, on top of that, I'll quickly say that I'm talking to I won't say so many other clubs, but I'm speaking to a whole lot of other clubs trying to secure something. And, clubs aren't getting back to me. I'm emailing clubs with no response. I'm making phone calls with no response, even just little contacts here and there. People at clubs that I know with no response. You can put in all the work and all the grind sometimes, and occasionally nothing happens, but you can't let that put you down. You just got to keep going, man. You just got to keep going. Right, so my final opportunity that I want to talk to you guys about it's another NPL 2 opportunity, and all of these are NPL 2s. Like I said, I'm not holding myself to an ego or a feeling that I have to be playing NPL 1 because I deserve to be there. I'm not holding myself to that. And, in my opinion, do I think I should be at an NPL 1 club? What I will say about that is I think I am up to that level. I think I'm good enough for NPL 1. Some things just didn't go my way, whether it was timing, which was a factor, squads being full. It's, that's the football world. And it is upsetting, it is annoying, it's a little bit aggravating as well. But like I said, I'm not going to hold myself to this ego that I have to be playing at that level. I'm not going to not settle for anything else. Man, if I have to work my way up, then I'm going to have to work my way up. That's sometimes how it works in football. So, the last opportunity is an NPL 2 club. When I was at Western Sydney Wanderers with their Youth League Academy, I met this really nice guy. I won't say his name. We might meet him in the future if I play for this, guys. But he was one of my best mates there. We would always chat. We'd always get to the car park early. And we'd always, be there up at 6:30 because we got there really early. I think because our drives, we had to get there. I think we got there at 6 for 6:30. We were so tired in the car park, man. I'll never forget those drives. Anyway, this guy, I've been training with his brother at another club. And so I spoke with him and then he said, oh yeah, my brother's playing here. And so I was like, okay. I also know another guy that I was trialing with at a different club who said he was offered to go to this club in NPL 2. And I was like, all right, so there might be a few spots there. I know they have a very young team, so, I'll speak with a few people. And I decided to speak with my mate from Western Sydney Wanderers Youth League. And we were, like I said, best mates. And we got along really well. So I messaged him and said, hey, man, what's the situation at your club? Are you guys looking for spots? And this guy is dead set. One of the nicest guys in football I've ever met. I don't know, there's just this vibe around him. He's always so positive. Sometimes he gets angry, but that's football, isn't it? So he said to me, he said they've got a pretty big squad, but a few players are trialing. And then he said he's going to speak to the coach. So he's spoken to the coach and he said he's going to let me know on Tuesday. So look, man, it's just, who would have thought that by speaking to an ex-player, an ex-friend, could lead to something like that. And I think I was smart about going the way I did with it, because I know probably 4 other players at that club, but I know that this guy, he holds quite a high status at, the level he's played at, and I think he may be captain. I wouldn't be surprised, because he's been captain at pretty much every club he's played. So deciding to choose him instead of the other guys, I think he really likes me. He feels that I'm a good player and can help him, help his team. So he'll speak with the coach and we go from there. Something might happen. You know what? The thing is, they might come back and say, sorry, the coach said there's no more spots. And the fact is, that's just football. It's no testament to whether I'm good or not, or whether I'm up to that level or beyond that level. It's because it's been left late. And like I said in this spot before, I didn't have a whole heap of control over that. I was confident where I was trialing, and I guess I didn't really put other feelers out to other clubs, but at the same time, I was trialing for 2 clubs already for, quite a lengthy period. And that booked me up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, with a game on the weekend as well. So it didn't leave much room for any other trials. And that's the way it goes sometimes. So I'm going to end the vlog there. I hope I helped at least one of you with an idea of a contact that you can speak to. Don't be afraid. What's the worst thing that can happen when you message or call one of these people or send that email? Nothing bad is going to happen. Just, just do it. Why not? So, Team 2, I'll sign out. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Now, join the journey. I'll see you around. Bye.